Welcome to the Rochester Local Podcast. My name is Becky Monpetit, and I am so glad that you have tuned in again. We did take a little bit of a break. May have been planned, may have been unplanned. It was May, okay? May is bananas. May is bananas for everybody. They call it Maycember for a reason. Everything that could happen happens in May. We just took a little breather. But we're back. We're back. This is episode number 12, and I am so excited to introduce you to my guests today. We have Claudia Tabini and Mariana Lima, and I cannot wait to have a conversation with these two wonderful women. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Becky. Thank you for having us here.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you. Cannot
this
wait.
Is so much fun.
Oh, it's so fun. I can't wait to talk with you both. So, Claudia.
Hi.
So, First, I'm going to back up. Tell us a little bit about you.
Ooh.
I know, it's kind of a loaded question.
How long have
you been in Rochester? Okay. Answer the basics. How long have you been in Rochester?
26 years.
Okay. And then what do you do?
So 26 years in Rochester. I am currently on my last week working at Cradle to Career as Director of Community Engagement.
And we love Cradle to Career. Yes, I know.
Super sad to leave.
I know.
But I am happy. It's going in a great direction, working through all the difficulties of the pandemic and working to support kids and families in education. So that's fantastic.
Yes.
What I do for general life is whatever I can get my hands on that involves youth and families. So really passionate about making sure our kids have what they need and their families have what they need to be successful and have beautiful lives.
And maybe something that you didn't know. You are a brand new Spark board member.
Oh, yes, I am.
Because I'm on the Spark board.
I know. I
Did
saw
you
that.
know that?
No, I didn't. But then I went and I'm like, ooh, this is going to be fun. Yes, I'm so looking forward to that.
All right. And then Mariana, same questions for you. How long have you been in Rochester?
Since 2004. Came here for 3 years.
Right.
And
That's how the story goes.
It's been, 17, 18 years now. And yeah, it was not planned, but it's home.
Yep.
It definitely is home, and where we build the family and a community. And it feels right to be here right now. Even though the winters are too long. And I threaten divorce every winter, but...
She's still here.
You're still here. Right? And how do you spend your time during the day?
Well, I work as an interior designer. So when I'm not working, we have some fun with friends, and we live by a lake. So, try to embrace that lifestyle as much as possible. And be present for the kids. I have 2 girls, 14 and 16. They're busy. They're busy right now. A lot of activity. They're both athletes, and trying to be present as much as I can for the family. My parents are here as well. My sister's here.
Oh, it's so nice having family nearby.
Yeah.
Okay.
And my parents are, seniors, so they require more of my time now too.
Right.
So trying to figure out a good balance between work and family has always been a challenge for me.
Always the challenge.
And
right?
and be a devoted wife and mom and, trying all these things, right?
All the things.
Which is never easy.
Right, just all the things. And then add, 10 more things on top of that. And, life is easy, right?
And not enough hours in the day.
Right.
Or days in a week.
No.
All right. So, no. Claudia, I was trying to think back to where and when I met you first. And it's a little fuzzy.
I know.
I think it just kind of was community connections.
Yeah.
How and when I first met you, and then ramped up a little bit with the Boys and Girls Ice Cream Project downtown.
Yes. You're right.
Yep. And then in a vulnerable parenting moment that I shall now broadcast to the whole world, at a Cuckoo Kangaroo concert at the Castle in 2019, I lost my child. Gone.
Happens.
She went missing. And the panic that happens. I feel like every parent kind of knows this, right? Because it's happened. And she was gone. Completely gone. And I am running all over the building like a crazy person. And here comes Claudia up the stairs carrying my weeping child. And so then Claudia was endeared to me forevermore. Did Evie write you a note?
She wrote me a card, and I still have that card stuck to the inside of my cabinets in the kitchen.
Oh,
It's still there. I put it there because it was super endearing what she had
so
written
amazing.
in her little 4 or 5-year-old
yeah,
handwriting.
she's little.
So
yeah.
it's stuck there, and it will be stuck there forever, probably.
Oh my goodness. Well, just the
that.
relief that happens when you're a parent.
Oh, yeah.
Go.
Yes.
So anyways, but I recently met Mariana, and how we met is my husband AJ and I took a dumpling class for Chinese New Year at Old Abe's from Tiffany Alexandria, who was on podcast episode number 2. Go back and listen to that one.
Oh my gosh.
And Claudia was there with her friend Mariana.
Yeah.
And they were taking this dumpling class together, and I adored watching the two of you interact together. It was the most precious and wonderful thing, and I just observed your friendship and observed you talking with one another and observed you having fun, and then we had a really gorgeous, beautiful, meaniful conversation, and I just thought, that's it. They got to come on the podcast.
Yeah. Oh, that's so sweet.
Right?
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
And so that's that. And here we are.
Yeah.
Are you ready to jump into questions?
Ready
Ready.
or
Okay.
not? Here we go.
Here we
Ready
go.
or not? Yeah.
So some of these are questions that we ask, fairly often.
Often.
Yep. And then some are very unique to the two of you.
Ooh.
Perfect.
All right. So what is something you find really interesting about Rochester?
We would not be in Minnesota if we didn't talk about the weather. So one of the fascinating things about Rochester and living in Rochester, it's been like 26 winters for me. And yet every winter, I'm surprised of how cold it gets. Every summer, I'm surprised of how hot it gets and how humid it gets. It's like I'm new.
It's so funny.
It's like I get to like what is it, the movie about the Groundhog Day?
Right.
That same thing. It's like, oh my God, it's so cold in Minnesota. Yeah, it's been so cold in Minnesota for the last 26 winters.
It's so
And yet
funny.
here I am shocked.
We just forget. This is
Which is a
probably
good thing.
Yeah.
this is probably a good time to pause and tell everybody where you're originally from.
Oh, okay. So I am originally from Peru.
Mm-hmm.
I moved straight from Peru to here. So the coldest winter in Peru, in Lima, where I grew up,
Yeah.
is about 64.
Oh.
And then people are like crazy. It's like, oh my God,
Yeah.
we're freezing.
Mm-hmm.
So we have our parents call us complaining, or family, WhatsApp, complaining about how cold it is, and it's almost the same temperature as a morning in the summer in Rochester. So it's just,
You're like, you can't complain.
I can't, just don't.
No, absolutely
Or some
not.
winters here, right? January and February there, it's summer.
Uh-huh.
And they will be complaining that it's not hot enough. It's like 85.
Isn't that
And we're like
crazy?
30 below.
Yeah.
Nope.
So, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No,
It's-
thank you.
That's
Mhm.
so funny.
Mhm.
Block off WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Right.
Immediately.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mariana, what about you?
I find that Rochester is very cosmopolitan for such a small
Mhm.
town.
Yeah.
I think that's something that's very interesting to me, and I still can't believe that Mayo Clinic, as one of the largest employers, can flourish. You know, a world-renowned hospital and institution can flourish in a small town in the middle of cornfields. It's just, to me, it still baffles me, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And then I think the people are very interesting to me as well.
Right.
I just think very, very
agree.
caring and generous people.
You're not going to find another Rochester anywhere else. It's
No.
just so unique, right?
It is.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
is
the
so
U.S.
unique.
Post Office lady comes by and says hi, you know.
She knows the
Hey.
name of my dog.
I
and
know.
when
like crazy.
I know. Or
Yeah.
like Cham, our UPS guy.
yes.
Does anybody have Cham as your UPS guy?
I have Richard, and he comes with dog treats.
Yes.
Same with Cham. I mean, every single package he delivers, he
I know.
It's a treat.
leaves 2 treats for.
I know. I love that.
And how about you, Mariana? Where are you originally from?
I'm native of Brazil,
Oh my goodness.
and I've been in the U.S. now it's going to be 25 years next January. But I lived in Florida
Mhm.
and Colorado before Minnesota.
Okay.
So Minnesota has been definitely
The coldest.
the coldest for sure. Yeah. But
well,
but
And you haven't acclimated because
I haven't.
I know every winter all her friends really worry about her. Is this going to be the winter that breaks her? So okay.
One day I think I'm just gonna, run.
Yeah.
Is she coming back from this trip or not?
Every winter you just need to lengthen the time that you're gone a little bit longer. It'll get easier when your girls are, graduated.
Yeah.
So you can just kind of extend your winter vacation, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, next question. You have 8 hours of uninterrupted Rochester time. Where are you going? Who are you taking? And what are you doing?
Ooh.
So I've thought about this several times.
Mm-hmm.
Can I have more than 8 hours? Or can I
Sure.
have 2 days with 8 hours?
Sure.
Because there's so many things
She's
that
a
I want to do.
overachiever.
Rules are loose here on the Rochester Local Podcast.
One of the things that I would love to do is
Oh my God.
I love food.
Yes.
Okay? So I would love to do a tour of food trucks, dive bars,
Great. Love it.
and restaurants that I love.
Sure.
Yeah,
So
sign me up.
Yeah, I would need a school bus to take. So we have a very nice, tight-knit group of friends. And what are we, 10 families?
Yeah.
I think it's 10 families. And then we won't take the kids because I want to go to the dive bars.
Of
so we're
course.
stopping the kids.
Yeah, no kids.
But includes parents. And then I have another friends that are not part of these 10 group of friends, but another groups of families that I love that I would love to take
We would
with
take
me.
them too.
We would so I need a school bus.
Yeah, you need a school bus or a trolley.
I don't know if we're fitting the trolley.
That would be so fun.
That would be super fun.
Can we do it this summer?
Okay, let's go. Yeah.
I can see it now. Claudia's adventurous food tour or
I
something
know,
like
it's like
that.
food trucks, dive bars, and restaurants.
I love that. Okay,
A
you have
progressive dinner.
Sure. Have you been to the new food lab on 7th Street?
No. Oh, no.
My
We
goodness.
need to go.
So it's across from Northgate.
Okay.
Do you remember where Taqueria El Sueño
Yes.
used to be?
Yes.
So it went in there.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And it's, I think if I understand correctly, it's where the Taco Lab, the Taco Lab people.
Oh,
And
that would make sense.
It is, it's called Food Lab. And it's it's multiple. I haven't been either. So
Okay.
full disclosure. Yeah. Let's
There you
go.
go.
I love that.
Right?
Yes.
So there's multiple different food cultures represented at Food Lab.
Oh my gosh.
So it's
You're
kind of like a
making me
little
so
bit
happy.
of yeah.
I
I
just
know.
can swing
It's
by
like
after
a
here.
small
Yeah.
food hall.
Nice.
Is my
Oh.
understanding. Right?
Wonderful.
Yeah. You'll probably
to
have
know.
to add that. Okay, Mariana, what about you?
Wait. That was my first day. My second
yeah.
day.
The second day.
Here we
my
go.
second day would
Yeah.
be an art tour.
Oh yeah. Oh
so
yes.
from the art center
Yes.
to
love that.
all the sculptures on the trails to murals
Yep.
to painted utility boxes.
Mm-hmm.
I would just love to do that, even like the ones that are outside in schools.
Yep.
So again, visiting all these places that
them.
are they're not marketable and people don't necessarily
Yeah,
know about them. But when you walk along the trails, you find so many beautiful sculptures. And then that would tie in with like concerts on porches and things like that. So
I love
and
that.
eating my way around town and my
Yes.
art,
Oh.
music and sculptures and paintings.
It feels good just to think about it. Feels like we're on
Doesn't it?
vacation just to
Those
think
would
about
be
a
like
day like that.
2 days.
I know.
Love
I
that.
know. The Art for
love
Trails
that.
is such a special part of
Love
the
that.
city.
It's just beautiful.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
And not everybody knows about
No,
that.
I know. We're working really hard to
Not everybody knows
update-
about
no,
them.
it's-
Yeah, you're absolutely true.
We're
Yeah.
working hard to update our mural guide. So we had a mural guide prior to the pandemic. It was comprehensive.
Yeah.
Like we had every mural.
Mhm.
But then there was the CARES Act,
Yeah.
and then
There's tons
and then it was
more.
just so many more, and then
Oh,
it's just
man.
really exploded after that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we're trying to update that, and
Yeah.
we can bring some more awareness to that then too. So
There you go.
all right,
Sounds
now
good.
you're up.
8 hours uninterrupted would be on a weekend for me, I guess.
Yeah.
Depends on the mood, to be honest with you. But I love going to the farmers market. I just love it. We've gone together. Maybe a break at Café Aqui.
Yeah.
And then Sargent's now has some workshops where you can do bonsais and
Yes.
succulents. I'd love to do that because I love to get my hands dirty.
Yep.
And then perfect day would be to get a massage in between.
Sure. Right. Of course.
Maybe go to the Dan Abraham for that.
Uh-huh.
And then dinner at Blue Duck and nightcap at Bitter and Pour. That would be my perfect
that
day.
sounds good.
That would be my
It
perfect
has
day.
to be 72 degrees and 25% humidity with
Yeah.
a very slight breeze.
I know, exactly.
Right?
It's perfect. Yeah, and I love when they have live music there. I love that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Why? Yeah. I mean, honestly, everybody
love
just
that.
needs to come to us and we'll plan their days for
I
them.
know,
right?
exactly. I also like a bike tour. A bike tour would be nice to go to on the trail system, which
Yes,
is
to
incredible
visit
here.
the art sculptures. We can combine this.
See, we can combine that.
Because my eat and drink dive bar would
Exactly.
include definitely.
I'm
so
waiting
much
for.
fun.
Have you seen in other cities they have the Viator? Do you know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Oh.
waiting for that
See,
to happen.
something that would be so
Yeah,
cool
like
here.
a bike
Yeah,
tour or somebody
yeah.
to open up electronic bike tours.
Because we have an incredible trail system in
electric- Oh, yes.
Rochester,
We
you
can-
know?
I know.
We need to take more advantage.
One time,
advantage of
remember
that.
last year we walked from my house that is by Amber Valley on the trail. How many miles did we walk? Like 9 miles.
It was so much fun.
On the trail.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course you can go anywhere. I
Yeah.
mean, there's so many interconnected trails.
We went almost all the way to Boys and Girls Club
Really?
Yeah.
And back.
Oh my
Mhm.
goodness!
And back
Probably through
too.
Soldiers Fields and underneath.
and just
Yes.
kept on chatting and chatting
Oh,
and
perfect.
chatting.
It was
Oh.
lovely.
Oh, perfect.
It was lovely. And our legs behaved and it was
We
good.
held up. Yeah.
No pains.
And you didn't have to do anything the next day because you got your steps in, right?
We
No.
totally did.
All right. I love this next question. Why are the two of you such good friends?
Oh man. We go
Oh.
back a long time, right?
Yes. I think we are such great friends because we have so many shared values
Yes.
in terms of family.
Mm-hmm.
And even though we come from different cultures, we were
Yeah.
raised in very similar ways.
100%.
And it's back down to our values. It's some people that it may be too much information, but when we're here, right? So we don't have family.
Mm-hmm.
So when we had to write several years ago, our kids are grown up now, but when they were younger, what would happen if both my husband and I would die?
Mm.
First on the list were, of course, my
Oh,
husband's sister, who
sure.
used to live here in Minneapolis.
Mhm.
But if something, but we were frequently on trips with them. So if
Mm.
something would happen, it would be Mari and Nuka because it's the values that we share in terms of dedication to our family, love for our children, family comes first, kindness, community,
Mm.
those things. So I think those are the things that bonded us. I mean, it could be
So
you could bond
true.
with the fun things and everything, but at the end, the deep relationships with my friends
Absolutely.
are about values.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so special.
Yeah, and I mean, we've seen our kids grow. We've traveled overseas. We celebrated milestones. I mean, our kids, even the hand-me-downs we had for clothes,
Sure.
shoes and clothes,
Sure,
and
yeah.
and it like Claudia said, it's an extended family. It's we're so lucky, and I'm very grateful for that because our friends here, they, you can count on them. They come through every single time. I can call her any time of the day. And I did that last Thursday. After Thursday the 1st, something happened. I'm like, I need to call Claudia, 9 p.m., 9:30. She's driving back from Minneapolis. And I'm like, I need your help. And I've reached out so many times for, counseling on how to do with my teenager. You know what I mean? It's just, she's there for me.
Oh.
So it's a beautiful thing. Very lucky.
I think it's really special because there's a lot of studies and just anecdotally, it is really hard to make friends as adults. And I think that when you find something special like the two of you have, it's really evident. It was evident to me, obviously, when I saw it at dumpling class. So that's why it was just, I wanted to have you on just to showcase what a special friendship you guys have.
Thank you.
Thank you, Becky.
All
That's,
right.
that's special to us.
Oh, it's a love fest up in here,
I
isn't
would
it?
love food. Also, another value. Another shared value. Love for food.
Sure. I love it.
Anytime.
All right. What are some changes you've seen in Rochester since moving?
Good question.
I've been here since 1997.
Mm-hmm.
And there's changes all across the board from how much Rochester has grown in physically, right? When we when we first moved here in about to 1999, we moved by the area where we live at Bamber. And if you wanted to go, for example, to the area by the rack at night and winter, my husband's like, just take the longest route, which would be through the highway.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Don't take Country Road or whatever it is, Country 2022.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there was no cell signal. And it was
Oh
winter
my
and I had a
God.
newborn. So it's just like, take the longer route.
Yeah.
So from that growth,
Yeah.
and a lot of the changes I have seen also is because of how I am relating with the city
Mm-hmm.
or the community.
Of
So
course.
when I first came here, I knew nothing about the community, so everything was exploring and learning and meeting people. And then we had a 2-year hiatus that when we lived in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
We actually went south to live in Canada, and funny enough.
That's funny.
And then but then when I came back and I had 3 children, I started relating through school and then later through Boys and Girls Club. I learned a lot more about the community and how the growth is just way more than physical. It's a way more diverse place. And in some areas, in some cases, I would love to think, and I actually do think that it's more open, more accepting, and that it's a community that is trying hard.
Mm.
And on the other hand, I do feel that we are growing through the growing pains of a community that is growing, and no, everybody sees growth as a positive thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's diverse,
Yeah.
it's growing, it's trying to be more modern
Mm-hmm.
and more accepting. And on the other hand, there's this try to pull back
Yeah.
and not change.
Yeah.
And I think if we don't change, we die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Completely
change
agree.
is a beautiful
Yeah.
thing.
Yep. I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. Okay.
I completely agree, and I at least in the field that I'm in, I'm seeing a lot of growth, like construction,
Yeah.
everywhere. So infrastructure growth, I think it's to me, a really good thing, a really good sign that the city is growing. Better restaurants, better hotels, and it's becoming more sophisticated, which I think it's great.
Mm-hmm.
I still think that we need a bigger push for art and entertainment in this town, and I wish we had we would be seeing more of that.
Mm-hmm.
But those are the key things for me.
Yeah.
Mayo brings quite a bit of growth too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep. Yeah.
I think it's a lovely place. And I think there is a lot of people who have their hearts in the right place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to make this place a great place for everyone.
Right.
We're not there yet.
Yeah.
We see housing
Yeah.
issues.
Right.
We see inequities in schools.
Right.
But I feel we're moving in the right direction.
Right. Right.
I agree.
Yeah. I think it's almost like a lot of bees from a lot of different hives right now, and everybody is just they're all trying to make the honey, so to
Yeah,
speak, right? They're all
totally.
trying to move towards positive change, but they're all everybody's just kind of working differently, and I think we're all just at this point right now where it feels like we're trying to figure out how to work together.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah, I
it's
agree.
happening.
Yeah.
I think we're starting from my line of work in youth, with youth and families. I am starting to see more collaboration than ever before.
I would agree.
From private sector with the city, the Rochester public schools
Yes.
are
Yeah.
so much more open
I
to
would
partnerships.
agree. I
So-
think there's been a
And that's
huge
key,
change.
right?
That
for-
is huge.
I just had
That
this
is key.
conversation like 2 weeks ago.
Mhm.
Yep.
Which
Agreed.
is beautiful. We're seeing none of us can do it by ourselves.
Absolutely
No.
not.
Not when
Absolutely
we
not.
parent,
Yeah.
not when we teach, not when we work, not when we are as community.
Yeah.
So seeing those partnerships move,
Yeah.
it's just
I know.
It's good.
Agreed. Yep.
gives me a lot of hope.
So much change though. So much change. I think that's so funny what you said about West Circle Drive.
Oh yeah. There's nothing.
Nothing.
Oh my God.
No,
Nothing.
no,
Yeah.
nothing.
No
So
cell signal.
No cell signal. Isn't that funny?
So
Yeah.
where the new Dakota Middle School is.
Yes.
So
Uh-huh.
my grandparents had a farm there. It still exists.
Mhm.
It's the only farmhouse
Oh my God.
on 50th Avenue. So there's the Douglas Trail, the bridge that goes over
Yeah.
50th. And then there's that big hill. You go up this big hill and there's a big orange farmhouse on 50th Avenue.
That's your
That's my
grandparents?
grandparents'
Oh.
house.
Oh
And
my
there
God.
was
Nothing.
nothing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Construction is just
nothing.
booming.
Nothing out there.
It's
And I
crazy.
would ride horses and we would
Yeah.
get into trouble. And there was a pond. There's actually, the pond is still actually back there. But it was just farmhouse,
Yeah.
another mile, farmhouse, another mile,
Yeah.
cornfields, cornfields, cornfields.
Even in 99 or 2000, my sister-in-law, my husband's youngest sister, came to live in Rochester for the clinic.
Mm-hmm.
And we were by Bamber, and they were looking at somewhere like another townhouse, and there
Oh
was
my-
something being built up by 55th.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, don't
Don't
go
go
there.
there.
There's
Nothing out there. I know.
I know.
It was North Park at the time. And it was like,
Yeah.
Nothing.
it was over by Fairway, right off of the highway.
Yeah.
And that was like brand new.
Empty.
Yeah.
I know.
I think Theirs a First is a good example of how
Oh, yeah.
much this town
Yes.
has changed and grown, as far as the number of, restaurants and artisans and everybody it's striking the
Mhm.
difference where Rochester started, and where Rochester is now.
I pulled out photos the other day of me going. I was with friends and we went to the very first Thursdays.
Oh.
And it was like 6 vendors. And they had closed down First Avenue.
Yep.
And
That was it.
there weren't very many people there. You
Mm.
could freely walk past in the evening hours.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
it was just
Not anymore.
not anymore.
not
No,
anymore.
not anymore. Okay, this is a one-word answer. All
Yeah.
right, you have to
Oh.
say the first thing that comes into your mind.
Oh.
Okay.
Fill in the blank. Rochester needs a.
Hmm.
Say it. Rochester needs a.
Peruvian restaurant.
Oh well, there you are.
It's 2 words. Sorry.
Sure, absolutely.
Uh,
That's your answer. Okay,
That would be
excellent.
so
What's
good.
your answer?
Mine is a Soho house type of, place for creative thinkers to
Sure.
meet and, relax and, gather, have some fun, grow. I think we need a social club.
Yeah, I like those answers.
You think I think about food all the time?
Okay, so next question is, what can you do to make those happen?
All right. We gotta put our powers together and make it happen.
Right, exactly. Okay, so this is kind of semi-related. What's the best spot for Rochester takeout?
Oh. You go.
I know. I just recommended it to Nikki yesterday.
What
Oh my
was
God,
it?
Nikki.
Oh my gosh.
Um,
What was it?
It is on West Circle Drive,
Mm-hmm.
Asia Fusion.
Oh, Asia Fusion.
Yeah.
We
It's
really
funny
like
because
that.
I think there's the same owners of the one that I like, Mango Thai.
Oh, well, there
Are
you
they? So
go.
Nikki and I were talking about that
so.
yesterday, and
Well,
that's
they
what Nikki
were,
said.
but I don't know if
But I don't
they're still.
I
But
don't know.
anyway, I don't know if they're still.
I love we usually
Yeah.
we do Ichi Tokyo South for takeout
Uh-huh.
or Asia Fusion. Those are the
We
2 favorite
do
types
Mango
of
Thai
takeouts.
or Five Guys. My kids like Five Guys.
Five Guys.
I mean,
Yeah.
kids
For
just
takeout,
love.
is it good?
Yeah.
What advice would you give to someone who is moving to Rochester from a different culture?
Be patient. I
Mhm.
know it's hard to ask that of you when you're the one coming,
Mhm.
but be patient. And assume people always have best intent.
Good advice.
It's going to come. Assume people are going to come, and it's easier said than done.
Mm.
People are going to come to you and they're going to say some weird things,
Mm.
and assume they're coming from a place of maybe ignorance rather than malice,
Mm.
curiosity
Yeah.
rather than ill intent.
Mhm.
That I think will give you peace of mind and help you be okay. So we had some weird questions going up to like, why is your hair so dark? Or like when our kids were being born, like my husband and I have dark hair.
Yeah.
Like this is the lightest my hair has ever been because I just colored it. And I delivered kids that had dark hair.
Right.
And the nurses were surprised all 3 times. And I'm like,
It's crazy.
Well,
but
is
like
really
you can
crazy.
assume that it was mean or that he was racist or he was anything, and I chose to assume that he had never seen babies like mine, and it was curiosity. And it was like once you engage in a conversation with them as to why the comment in a nice way, it was just curiosity. They're not used to seeing babies, or they were not used to seeing many babies with a full set of dark hair. So assume the best in people.
I love that.
And then talk to everyone.
I love that. Yeah. I think for me, it would be to build a social network. Be patient, like Claudia said, but I also think you need to be active, right? You can't just
talk to everyone.
Yeah. Just try, I don't know, a church or, community ed classes. But I think it's important to be active in trying to really establish yourself into a new community.
Community ed is a great place
It's a great
to start.
resource.
And if you have
Yeah.
little kids, pair classes.
Oh,
Yeah,
amazing.
pair classes.
Fantastic.
So
Great
good.
classes.
Yeah. So that would be
Prairie
my
Hill,
advice.
Yes.
This is an interesting perspective for me as well to hear this advice from coming, from you, just hearing this and understanding, what it is that I should be thinking of too.
Oh, nice.
And it's just fascinating. Always fascinating. Always opportunities for learning.
Completely agree.
All right. So, okay, we're going to ask one more question. Best Rochester adventure you've been on?
Go.
I don't know. Adventures.
I can interpret this
Yeah.
2 ways.
However you want.
However I want.
Yeah.
Should I go?
Yes.
Building a family and a community. That's been the best adventure of my life. This is it. I mean, it's been a wonderful place, a fertile environment for us to flourish. And, really, I love Rochester. I never thought I would say that, but I do.
Okay. Can we play this again in winter for her?
Yeah.
February. I want to play these for her.
Yeah. Okay, don't play in February.
We shall remind you of
We're
this
just going to
when
get a
it's
clip of this just
January
for
30th. And you're like,
So I've had, besides the adventure of learning to live in a different culture, which is still an ongoing, it's an ongoing adventure because even though I've been here 26 years, there are things that are so cultural things for me that are so ingrained in me and that hardly ever have the opportunity to come out when I relate to the locals, that is still an adventure, right? But I've been on several mini adventures.
Yeah.
One of the ones that I really like, I love going to Whitewater State Park, for example.
Oh, I love that place so much.
I have issues with letting Victor, sorry, Vico, choose the trail because he chose an easy one. And I'm like, you were trying to kill me. And then when we finished it, I looked at the map and at the app or whatever, and it said for experience. And I'm like, no. So that I love. And then on the way out, we stopped at St. Charles at a little Mexican restaurant where you can sit outside and they have amazing ice cream. So we can bring the dog. Perfect. One of the most, and this one, not everybody can do it, but a cute experience adventure is we grab our tubes, not even just the flimsy ones. And we walked to the Mayo. We live by the Mayo on the Zumbro. So we walked all the way to the Mayowood Dam, which is about a 10-minute walk from my house. And then Victor and I got on our tubes and just try to time how long it would take us to get to our house. And it was over an hour.
Wow. Oh, that's perfect.
Because it's winding. Yeah, I got a couple of
kind of slow,
There's a couple spots where you can actually have to pick and walk. A couple of times that I went underwater because I didn't want to do that and I flipped. But that was a great adventure. So
that is a good adventure.
And raising 3 boys is an adventure.
I know. 100%. Yeah. I just thought about something about the winter.
Yeah.
I've had some good adventures in the winter, actually. I'm
Have you?
trying to embrace the winter and just being, fat biking or cross-country skiing in the dead of the winter is a very peaceful experience. It's
Yes.
very, very peaceful.
Yes, and actually, you hit on one of the things that I get asked quite a bit just because of my profession, what I do. What do I do in the winter? How do I learn to love the winter? How do I get through the winter? How do I endure it or whatever? And I say, whatever you do, try everything in the winter.
Yeah.
Try everything. Spend the money to get yourself equipped with the right clothing.
Yeah.
With the right clothing, and then try everything. Because if you find something that you love in the winter, that you can only do in the winter, then you will have something to look forward to.
100%.
Snowshoeing, right? Cross country, you can only do those
Sledding
things in the winter,
with your kids.
right? And
Sledding.
so then when
Sledding's so
winter
fun.
comes, you're like,
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. We had a social distancing New Year's party in the dead of the winter. That was
that's the
something.
best, right?
So we can always have a fun experience,
I used to love sledding with the boys.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
That was so fun. We still have the sleds.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Minus
better.
20 temps.
All
And
right.
Sledding.
So we're going to now get to the part in the podcast where we talk about a local business that you love. So there's two of you. So you both get the opportunity to talk about a business. There's two of you. They've got one sticker. That's okay.
Perfect.
So we're going to do Mariana first. And then we're gonna do
Okay.
Claudia, okay?
So do I bring my sticker there?
Yep. You just
Okay.
kind of, you can hand it to Claudia. She can put it on for you and you can talk
Okay.
about who it is.
So I can't. Oh my gosh,
You want
there's
it
so many things I
anywhere?
love anywhere.
Here?
Yeah, anywhere.
This
Stick
the
it?
People's Co-op, and it's a place that I go, I don't know, 2 or 3 times a week. We love it there. We love the people that work there. I love especially the younger folks, they're there trying to help us. And it's just, I don't know, it feels really cozy and welcoming all the time I'm there. And I just love every single product that they
Yes.
sell. So
Big fans of People's Food Co-op here at Rochester Local.
We just
Uh-huh.
went over the weekend to just get lunch in between swim meet races.
Exactly.
it's perfect.
All right, Claudia, what about you?
It's a duck, as you can see, beautifully here.
We'll add it in later.
Yeah, I fail at the assignment of bringing the sticker. So,
Okay.
one of the businesses that I love the most here is the Blue Duck, and it's kind of like for the same reasons. I love the people that are behind the duck.
Mm-hmm.
Jenny and Eric are amazing.
Amazing.
I love what they do for the community. So in my role as board Boys and Girls Club,
Yeah.
I help support a chair fair.
Yeah.
And I have asked things of them for the last, I don't know how many years. And they always come up with great things. And
Right.
we're not the only ones.
Right.
They support the
They're
community.
amazing.
So
I
great.
love
Yeah.
exactly what you said about the food co-op. You go there, you know the people, they're warm, they know you.
Yeah.
Every time I go there, like, look, I'm hungry now. Every time I go there,
Let's go
the
there next.
food is delicious. Best smash burger in town.
best burger. I say it all the time.
All the
best burger,
time.
Blue Duck.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, and then I love the way they treat their employees.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
So during the pandemic, they were a beautiful example of how to
Yeah.
pivot, reinvent yourselves, remain positive, and treat your employees with the kindness they
know.
deserve.
They're
Absolutely.
amazing.
I love them.
I know. They're great people. Love them.
Jenny, I need a sticker.
Jenny, I
Yes.
know. If you're listening, Jenny,
I need a sticker.
you know where to find me. Actually, I know where to find you.
I'll go find you and eat a burger. And
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I'll get it old fashioned.
oh yeah, and another thing is like I see her all the time there. It's like,
I love it.
I may be a regular. Okay, Claudia and Mariana, it was a delight to have you on the Rochester Local
Thank you.
Podcast.
Thank you for having us.
Glad to help us.
very
This is so much
much.
fun to be
So,
here.
it's like a fantastic
with
way to
Claudia.
start a week.
I know.
It was so great. So
Warms in my heart.
thank you all for tuning in to the Rochester Local Podcast. And if you have any suggestions for me about future episodes or feedback or questions, please email me at becky@rochesterlocal.com. And I hope to see you out and about.